Hi, my name is Ben, physical therapist here at Total Physical Therapy, and today we're going to be trying something a little different. I follow a podcaster who, on his podcast, did a certain segment, I guess you could say, where he put into Google a question and then let the auto expander or whatever you want to call it finish that question, and then he just addressed whatever that question was. And it sounded like fun to me, so we're going to try that here today and see how we do. So what we're going to type in to Google is we're going to type in can physical therapy, and we're going to let the auto expander finish the rest of the question. And the very first one that pops up is, can physical therapy help arthritis? Okay, so before we get started, let's go ahead and clarify terms a little bit. So we need to figure out, one, what is arthritis? So arthritis is a condition basically where we have inflammation of the joint. Arthro is the word meaning joint, and itis is the word for inflammation. So basically, the joint has inflammation in it. Now, there could be a bunch of different reasons or causes of why someone might have inflammation in their joint. So for example, there's this thing called osteoarthritis. And if you say osteoarthritis, what you're basically meaning is that the arthritis or the swelling of the joint is being caused by the cartilage slowly breaking down between the surface of the bones. And so at every joint, there is a layer of cartilage, or every synovial joint, there is a layer of cartilage that is laid down to help give some cushioning and some fluidity to the joint as it moves. And so our osteoarthritis is basically the wearing down of that cartilage for a variety of reasons, whether it's a traumatic reason, say you fall and roll an ankle really bad, and by doing that you also damage some of the cartilage, or it can be a wear and tear type thing. As time goes on, the cartilage wears down. There are other types of arthritis as well, such as rheumatoid arthritis, where basically the immune system is attacking the joint. By attacking the joint, it is causing inflammation in that joint. And there are a lot of other types of arthritises as well, but those are probably the two top types of arthritis. So the question is, can physical therapy help arthritis? Well, technically, physical therapy does not cure arthritis. So I guess the answer to that would have to be no. But I think more importantly, what people are really trying to get at by asking this question into Google is, can physical therapy help with arthritis in the sense that, can I feel better and start doing more things? So to answer that question, the answer is yes. Physical therapy can definitely help people feel better and manage their arthritic condition a lot better. How can it do that? Well, it can do that through a variety of different ways. One of the ways we can help do that is by simply moving the joint. Getting the joint to move helps release what we call synovial fluid. Inside a synovial joint, there is a fluid that helps lubricate the joint surfaces, and this is called synovial fluid. It is released whenever you move. And so, for example, if someone has osteoarthritis, when they first wake up in the morning, say it's of their knee is going to feel really stiff, but it feels really stiff in the morning, mainly because it hasn't been moving all night. Because it hasn't been moving all night, there's not very much synovial fluid in there, and so it feels really tight and stiff. But for most people that have arthritis, as they get up and start moving around, sometimes that will loosen up. And what you're experiencing is that synovial fluid being released into the joint. And so by doing physical therapy and exercise, we can encourage the release of that synovial fluid. Some other ways we can help with arthritis would be we can strengthen and improve the integrity and durability of the muscles around the joints. And by strengthening the muscles around the joints, theoretically what we can do is we can offer the joint more protection. So if the muscles are stronger, then the joint doesn't have as much stress as it would if the muscles were weaker. And so if the joint is receiving less stress because the muscles are stronger, then therefore the joint will start feeling a little bit better and receiving less stress upon it. So that's another way that we can help with the arthritis of a joint. Another way that I think might be a little different how people think about this of helping arthritis is trying to determine what caused the arthritis. So if we're finding that there's a mechanism or a cause of trauma to that arthritis, what we can do is we can start working on trying to figure out ways to remove that trauma. So for example, if someone is falling a lot, because they're falling a lot, they're getting some arthritis in their knee or their hip. One of the ways to help improve their arthritis or the condition is to stop falling or improve their balance or work on their coordination and stability. By doing that, we can reduce the cause of what is causing their arthritis or potentially do so. Another interesting way to think about it too is maybe the arthritis isn't caused by trauma, but maybe it's caused by excessive wear and tear over time. Say I'm a runner and I'm running, and by running a lot, I've noticed that my knee starts giving me trouble, and we take an x-ray and we realize, oh, we're starting to get some arthritis. Well, could it be because we're just using the knee too much? Maybe. Or maybe the knee is working too hard because another part of the body is not doing its job correctly. So for example, in this example of a runner, maybe they're running a bunch and their hip is stiff because maybe they work a job where they're sitting at a desk all day, and every time they get home, they're running without warming up properly, and so therefore their hip is really stiff when they're running. And because of that, because the hip isn't able to do everything that it needs to be able to do, it's a lot of that stress that the hip should be responsible for is going to the knee. And because it's going to the knee, it's making the knee work harder than it needs to, and it's slowly wearing the knee down over time. And so one way we can help with somebody with a condition like that would be to say, I want to improve somebody's hip mobility, whether that's proper warm-ups before running, or maybe we need to work on some flexibility exercises to allow the hip to get into appropriate ranges of motion, or maybe we need to strengthen the hip itself. And because the hip is weak, it's allowing the knee to work harder than it needs to. And so, yes, we need to work on strengthening the knee and the muscles around the knee and things like that. But we also need to keep in mind that there are other parts of the body that can not be doing their job correctly, leading to excessive stress at that particular point. The example I like to give for this idea would be the idea of a house in its foundation. If I'm living in a house and I look up and I see a crack, that crack could be there for no apparent reason, or it could be there because something is causing that crack to be there. So it would be a problem for me to go and just fix the crack and then go about my day. What I need to do is I need to say, oh, there's a crack in my ceiling. I need to fix the crack, yes. If my knee is hurting, yes, I need to fix my knee and strengthen my knee. But it would be a mistake to end there. I need to check to see, in the house's example, what the foundation is doing. If the foundation isn't secure or it's shifting, then guess what? That crack is coming right back. I need to figure out a way to secure that foundation. Same thing would be true for the knee. Yes, I need to fix the knee, I need to make it stronger, all of that, but I need to make sure that other parts of my body are functioning properly so that way the knee is able to do its job well. And so off the top of my head, those are some various ways that physical therapy can help with arthritis. Again, does physical therapy cure arthritis? By doing that, are we going to actually smooth the surface of the cartilage? No, physical therapy is not going to do that, but like the things I just said before, physical therapy can definitely help people feel better and be able to move more throughout the day. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I hope you found it interesting. If you guys did, give us a thumbs up, give us a like. If you guys have any comments or questions, leave those in the comment section below. And if you guys have any questions or various topics you would like for us to cover, just let us know. We can definitely handle that for you. I hope you guys have a great day.